Hey guys, so great to see you. I just wanted to pop in and say hello and ask you how your heart is doing today. I hope it's doing well. I just wanted to give a shout out to those of you who are just getting by. I know that this is a really hard and challenging time. A lot of us are exploring emotions that we maybe haven't really had to experience in a while because we've been able to just sort of either push them aside or push them away. And being in isolation and a forced quarantine does take away an aspect of our freedom. And part of our freedom is to deny or push away things that we don't want to deal with. And I know, because I've had many people reach out to me that are struggling with grief and loss. And I just want you to know that I too have struggled with the grief and loss. The first 2.5 weeks of this quarantine was living hell for me, mostly because of the surgery and the recovery that I did have to go through completely and totally alone. But I did manage to climb my way out of that hole. But some of us are still in that hole. And I just want you to know that it feels right now like it's never ending. And it's only because we are really being given a gift, and it doesn't feel like it. It feels like crap shit. A gift to really kind of go inside and just sort of explore why we're feeling the way we're feeling. Some people are just really soaring through this, no problem, chilling. Some of us have to work, and so we don't actually have the time to have the experience that other people are having in quarantine. And some other people are just really completely and totally devastated. And they could be partnered up in quarantine with someone they never thought would act the way they're acting or be the way they're being. And there's just so much self-discovery that is going on at this time. And I just want everybody to know that however you personally are experiencing this time is okay. I actually was one of these people at the very beginning who was like, you need to use this time to sit there and to really dig deep and to find that creativity within yourself and, sort of leaven light to a degree, not completely and fully, because I'm all about the earthwork. For people to be in action towards becoming their better self. What I didn't take into consideration, and I do owe everybody or anybody who felt that I was kind of being that way, so I do apologize if I did come off that way or maybe insensitive, is that however you are experiencing this time is how you're supposed to be experiencing this time. So if that means you're literally lying on the couch, depressed and sad, it's okay. If you're eating your way through this quarantine, like I am, by the way, emotional eater right here. I'm coming out of this quarantine chunkier, let me tell you. If you need to do that, you do that. If you do need to reach out to somebody that you're hoping to reconnect with or that you just need that support from, you do it. It's a very special time. Not everybody can break their patterns right now. And though, yes, that would be the ideal thing to reboot yourself, to create a new identity, it's not for everybody. So I just want you to know that what's really the most important experience at this time that you can have is your own personal experience, okay? So however you are getting through this, it's okay. There is global trauma happening right now. If you can, at the very least, maybe just be more conscious of what you're feeling. Because a lot of times once we put an identification to an emotion, It will disperse that energy. And sometimes that's just enough to just get through this time. So if at the very least that's what you can do, great. If you are incapable of doing that, don't do it. Okay? You know what's best for you at this time. There is healing going on a multitude of levels. And I can't even tell you how insane I feel moment by moment, depending on the emotions that I experience. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. And what one person's experience is their experience. And what your experience is your experience. I've recently also learned that I have a huge issue or a challenge, or I'm actually going to reframe that as an opportunity to heal FOMO. That's kind of what's come up for me recently, which is interesting. I have the fear of missing out. And everybody right now is in their freaking house. And that's it. But because I'm still healing from surgery, I can't necessarily go out and move my physical body, which is something that I really, really, really want to do. So when I see all these people getting out there and exercising or doing some weights or Zumba or whatever, and I can't because my tata is still healing, I have that fear of missing out. So that's something that has definitely come up for me. And in that process, it is really what comes down to it. The root is comparison. And I have been comparing myself to other people. And I do realize that that is something that I do even when I'm not in quarantine. So that's been kind of eye-opening and enlightening to me. So I now have an opportunity to heal that part of myself. So that is something that I personally am working on. And that's about staying in my own lane, right? That's the key, stay in my own lane. And it's about accepting my own experience and however I'm experiencing it. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. And I want you to know that your heart is very precious and your heart means a lot to me. So you mean a lot to me. You matter to me. And all of the engagement and all of the connection that we've been having with each other, I cherish. I feel like I want to cry, and I'm going to. But I cherish it. So I just want you to know, as I try and compose myself here, that however you are experiencing this time is perfect. It's beautiful, and it's wonderful. And I thank you for journeying with me. And I'm feeling terribly embarrassed right now that I'm losing my shit. But you just should know that whatever is going on is real. It's authentic. And there is hope. It may not feel like it right now, but there is hope. And there is the flip side, which is the complete opposite, which is why I always say I'll see you on the flip side. So guys, thank you for your connection with me. Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to your friends and family. And I will sure as shit see you on the flip side.